Good morning. How are you this morning? You about to hear about how I am. You about to hear about it. You about to know. I'm just gonna sit here, hang out, do a couple of deep breathing exercises as I clean my glasses after I arrange my good morning, Rose. Rosalina. Good morning. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning. I'm so tired, you guys. I didn't get any sleep last night. And I wasn't even up doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I fell asleep on the couch watching a baking show. I was learning looking for some inspiration in my baking. So I fell asleep on the couch watching a baking show. And I would not have fallen asleep on the couch. I would not have been watching that baking show if I was not trying to buy time until my bread pudding was ready. So this is what had happened. I decided to make bread pudding yesterday. Good morning, Bina, for the second time. And I decided I was going to make a bigger batch of it so that I could take some and give it to my mom. I put too much liquid in with the bread pudding. I want you to know the flavor is on point. It tastes delicious, but I wouldn't give that to anybody. It's overcooked on top. I had that bread pudding in the oven damn near 2 hours, if not more than that. It still wasn't cooking. I had way too much in the pan and way too much liquid. So it was taking forever to cook the liquid down. I have never been a bread pudding eater. I have never been a bread pudding baker. So this is my second try. You can see how many tries it takes for me to get to the perfection that I want. I know y'all looked at that title today. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Adrienne. You guys looked at that title and like, what the heck? FraggleRock. Did you guys grow up on FraggleRock? Not on FraggleRock, but watching FraggleRock. Good morning, Steve. Good, I'm glad you're at the table. Today is going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days where you might want to be careful how you come to me, because I won't. I'm not here for the okie doke today. I'm not here for the mess. I got no sleep. Zero sleep. I went to get into bed at 2:00 in the morning, and I made the mistake. Y'all know where I'm going with this. You know. Good morning, Karen. I made the mistake of opening up my Outlook to check and see what time my meeting is today, what time my meeting is scheduled for today. And before I could get to that scheduled meeting, I opened up. Okay, darling, I'll check it in a moment. I'll check my text in a moment. I opened up an email. Y'all know I don't do so well with emails. I mean, I do great with emails with people who, like, that's every day. Good morning, Charmin Turnage. Welcome to the table. Welcome to the table. You've been missing in action. Yes, it's not every day. Some days are better than others. Some days don't FraggleRock with me today, man. You know the word I want to use. But I was sitting in the kitchen today after I was thinking about this email, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. It's some scripture that was on my feed. Okay, thank you, Darlene. I'll read it. You know, this is the day I need it the most. I couldn't sleep. Why is this person coming at me this way? I'm done. Do you know I had to remind myself of how old I was? I was laying in the bed at 2:30 in the morning thinking, girl, you 49 years old. This some high school shit. Okay, no, let me start over. You 49 years old. This some high school shiitake mushroom. Yeah, that's what I'm about to be doing. I plan to take any curse word that I plan on saying. I'm just going to throw whatever random word in that I want to use at that point so that I don't get more fired up by my own words and I start to laugh at myself. So I was in the kitchen. Wait. So I'm still like, come on, okay, breathe. Meditate. Do something. So I typed up a response to this email at 2 o'clock in the morning. And y'all know anything you typing up in response to somebody else's nasty email at 2 o'clock in the morning does not need to be sent. Does not need to be typed. Maybe it needs to be typed, but not in Outlook. Maybe just in a Word document that you immediately delete. Maybe that's what needs to happen. But definitely not. Definitely not. It does not need to be sent if you sent it typed it up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Sure, easy for you to say I'm okay with not your best dish. I would love it anyway. Well, you can have some of this one. Don't talk about how ugly it looks. So I typed up the email, right? We've all seen those memes where you're typing in something and then delete, no. Type it up, delete, no. I don't know how many renditions I had. And I was going through the response. Okay, know your audience. She's not going to receive this the right way anyway. She's not gonna receive this. She's not gonna understand. Okay, don't send that. Maybe send this. No. My audience. Nope, can't do that either. All right, I think three emails later, my only response was, this was not well received. That's it. I don't need to say anything else. I needed to say that. Need, want. I need, wanted. Need, wanted. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. was a good lesson for How I Met Your Mother. Oh yeah, from How I Met. Yes. Here we go. Another email adventure that's not going to end well. Calling on Black baby Jesus. It ended fine. Because all I said was, this was not received well. That's it. This was not received well. I will please drop off this document that I need at the office. I will pick it up and leave for you what you have requested. That's it. Thank you and have a great day. That's it. Meanwhile, my boss is sending me a private message separate from her because she didn't CC the whole damn world. Okay. So my boss sends me a private message. Can you update me on this in the morning? There's nothing to update you on except for she does not know how to remain professional. I will no longer deal with her arrogance, her disregard, and her lack of professionalism. That's it. I have nothing more to say. Y'all, I grew. No, you guys should be proud of me. All I said was basically, in other words, not today. Not today. Not today. I didn't go back and forth with how you misunderstood what I sent you. What in the world are you talking about? How was I supposed to know this was the case when you never shared this piece of information with me? I didn't go on and on and on and on about the failures of her communication. All I said was, this was not received well. So she decides, because she ain't been to the tea time table. She ain't been to the tea time table. She does not know how to maintain her composure. She has not done self-development, self-improvement, personal growth, self-love, self-care, mindfulness. She has not practiced any of this. Step away to come back to the table. She hasn't done this. So of course, because she hasn't done this work, she sent me another email. Okay, I'm going to tell you this one last time. This is going to be the last time. When I'm doing tea time, it is a serious endeavor for me. This is my work. I do not want you coming over here like this is about you every single morning. I don't enjoy you interrupting my conversation this way. I need you to go on about your business. Go outside, get up the dog poo. That's what I need you to do. Don't say a word to me. Go do what you were directed to do. This ain't today. Don't Fraggle Rock with me today. Don't filet mignon me today. It's not the day. Y'all know I'm talking in food and nonsense. It's really not the day. And get to class. Is that your class? I didn't know the boy was still in class. I thought he was on break. He putting on shoes to go clean up the dog poo from outside. No, man, get to class.
I was on break.
Yeah, but you're back in class now, son. I'm going to trick or treat at your house this year dressed as an email. You'll throw the whole bucket and walk off with hella candy. This is a waiting to exhale moment. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. She sent me another email. And you know it's not a professional email when it says Kai colon. What happened to the good morning Kai, comma, return, indent? How are you doing today? I wanted to ask you, what happened to that? No, she just vomited all her frustration, all her life's frustrations into the email. A second time. And I looked at that email. I don't need to tell you it wasn't a good day for me. I don't need to tell you it wasn't well received. I don't need to tell you that. Now I'm done talking to you. I called my boss. I told my boss, let me explain something to you. And Darlene, I know you said don't call your boss or don't whatever, but this is the thing. In public sector, I need to take a different approach sometimes. I need to protect myself when you're going up against union employees. I need to protect myself and my actions. So I did have a conversation, limited though, with my boss. Like, look, I just want to explain to you, I will no longer entertain this type of treatment, this type of communication, this type of poor team playership, or whatever it is, right? Whatever I said. I'm so angry. No longer. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need her support. I can handle everything on my own. You can let her support whoever else she needs to support, but I'm done. And if I need to put in a formal complaint, let me explain to you that if she sends me another email that way, with that tone, and with talking to me like I'm 10, I told my boss, do you know I'm 49 years old, man? Don't be playing with me. I don't have time for this stuff. I'm damn near half a century old, and you coming at me with some schoolyard bull crap. I feel like William on Girlfriends listening to Joan. That's so funny, Steve. I just started looking at Girlfriends again. You're right. Don't come at me. Don't Fraggle Rock with me today, Mama. I did the Fraggle Rock for you, Mama. You're welcome. You're welcome. I was in the kitchen getting ready for tea time. I'm like, oh, I need to go get my shower first. I need to get my peppermint body oil because it has a little bit of a cooling effect. The peppermint essential oil in my almond oil it's peppermint and lavender. And lavender has a calming, peppermint has this soothing. So I'm like, and it wakes you up. So I need that. The boss said he would talk to her. And I was like, look, let me explain something to you. Nothing that I've said to you in this conversation is private. Nothing. You can share with her everything that I have said to you in this conversation. Don't feel like you have to protect my privacy in this moment. And if you want to have a meeting where it's the three of us together, I think that's a good idea. But I'm telling you now, I will not communicate with her if this is how she communicates. And trust me that I will block her. He's like, I understand. You have a right to be upset. If all of you want to accept that this is how she talks to people, all of you can accept it. I said, maybe I need to put my California hat back on, but in reality, this isn't even a California thing. I was raised in the Midwest. I learned how to be professional from a child on up, how to act in certain situations, to know your damn audience, know your environment, know the context. Maybe, perhaps, you've gotten a little bit too comfortable with me. So maybe I need to put my California professionalism back on because, in California, a lot of times you ain't too close. In the environments I was in, you don't get too close to the people you work with. I think as a group, we need to show up to this person's house and set them straight at the tea time ways. so crazy. No, she need to come to the tea time table. She need to get her some. Darlene told me I need to tap into my inner Jesus. She needs to tap into her inner Jesus. Somebody needs to put Jesus inside of her. Stop talking to people this way. Understand, you guys, understand that you never know what somebody else is dealing with. And you can say, you can get on this feed. See, at this point, I know it's all over the place, guys, but I'm so, at this point, I passed the point of, I understand. It's okay. You know what? We all have stress and strain. No, at this point, I'm past that. You come to me now and I'm going to say, you don't know how to talk to people. You need to better understand how to talk to people, how to address an issue that you have, and understand that everybody else doesn't have the same information that you have. So you are attacking someone with the assumption that they made their decision knowing all the pieces that you know. But if I only know one piece and I make a decision based on that one piece, you get mad at me because given the rest of the pieces, a different decision should be made or could be made. I didn't have the rest of the pieces. The only thing I had was what we agreed to. So when I respond to you that I'm getting ready to do what we agreed to 2 weeks ago, I don't know that things have happened on your end in the following 2 weeks after we had the discussion that changes how things need to be done. I don't know that because you didn't share that piece of information with me. I know we agreed to do this. However, given this, it's now necessary that we do it this way. What is so difficult with that? Telling me that if I don't like your approach, maybe I should check my approach. I should check my response. If my response to you, when you ask me to drop something off at the office, if my response to you is, oh, I intended on keeping this, what is wrong with that response? If my intention to keep something doesn't work with how you need it to go, you could come back and say, oh, Kai, no, well, we really need it. And I know that's different from what we said before, but now this is the reason it's changed, or this is what. It's not fair that you have this and other people don't have that, and you have. Suli, it's normal and new. It's like she's freaking bipolar. We can have, this is the person that I reached out to when I heard that she didn't like me, right? This is the one that I reached out to and said, hey, is there tension? Let's talk about the tension. It's normal in the sense, it's normal for her to go off like that. And I don't know where you're going with that question, but where I could go, where you could be going, and where I could take you, and then bring you back to show you how that's not where you should have gone, or even where I should go. If it's normal, why is it frustrating me so much? That's a good question. That's the question. Thank you for asking it. I know you didn't ask it that way, but I'm going to ask it for you. If it's normal, you should expect it. And why is it triggering you? Those are her issues. Yeah, I got that. I got it. However, it's normal for an alcoholic to come into the house some days and be fine because they're not drunk today. They haven't gotten drunk yet. So they come into the house and they don't abuse you. They don't hit you. They don't yell at you. They don't do anything. So, okay, you're good on that day. And it's normal for that day not to be every day. It's normal for that day not to be every day. And for there to be days when they come in and surprise you when you thought they were going to be in a good mood because you had cleaned the house and you had done everything they asked you to do and you did it exactly how you thought they asked you to do it. And then they come in swinging bats. Talking about, I see dust. Well, today ain't dusting day. Yesterday or Saturday is dusting day. Or really, there's not even any dust. What are you talking about? That's one speck of dust. Wipe it up and move on. Just like you don't have to accept the dysfunctional norm of an alcoholic, an abusive maid, whatever, right? I'm taking it to the extreme so that you can understand normal does not necessarily mean I should be adapting to it. I should not have to adapt to your dysfunctional norm. And that was my point to my boss today. If that's the norm, if that's the dysfunction that you are willing to deal with, that's fine. But I am not. I am not going to come at you that way. I don't want you to come at me that way. We are in a professional setting. I'm not your girlfriend. Right. Tired of being tired of BS. That's right. It's this Rose says, how old is she? I don't know, Rose. Some folks age differently than others. I don't know how old she is, but she's not younger than me. Maybe, I don't think she's younger than me. Although she could be, I don't know. Oh, and of course not, but your boss needs to address that. Yes. And because it's normal for her in that sense, right, Suli, in that sense, because it's normal for her, my boss knows he needs to address it. And they have addressed it before, but everybody has just been like, oh, she's like that. This is first. Now I'm like, nope, done. I'm not dancing around her arrogance and her attitudes. I'm not dancing around that to get my work done. So from this point forward, I will do all of my own work. And when you have a problem, because I've taken a responsibility away from you on my projects, you might want to ask yourself what's really going on, especially if she keeps this type of subtle control issues. That's the problem for me. That's the problem for me, Suli, is that she is responsible for processing a portion of my work, and she holds up the work because she doesn't like me because I think I know everything. Y'all know I know a lot of stuff. I think I know a lot of stuff, and I know I don't know a lot of stuff. But if you think I know everything, you are the one with the insecurities, not me. Because I'm asking you 50 million questions, and if when I ask you 50 million questions, you still think I know everything, yeah, that's a tongue twister. You got the problem, not me. And I'm not going to dance around your problem anymore. Today is the end of those times. We have closed that chapter in that book. We have put that book down. We have picked up another book. How did an email go to alcoholism? I'm going to need you to see the metaphors, right? When I bring them in, I'm going to need you to process them, to hear the metaphor and process it for the current situation. The email went to alcoholism because it's about what's normal. And it's about my responsibility to not be triggered by normal, your responsibility to not be triggered by normal. However, is that a fair responsibility to place on the victim when the victim shouldn't have to dance around your normal? Yeah, that's her normal. Just like alcoholism is somebody's normal. It's an extreme example, sir. Make the connection. You may need to articulate in writing your issues with her unprofessional behavior. What book are we reading now? I haven't figured out the new book, Charmin, but it's certainly not that old book. We'll figure out what book we're on now in a minute, because that bitch is going to make you drink. Sorry, mama. She going to get me to putting some tequila in my morning tea. Right? Right, Darlene? Keep up, Steve. Take notes like everybody else. Right. Who said that? Wait a minute. Yeah, Karen. Thank you. Keep up. Agreed. Confront the issue in an emotional, intelligent way. I think we are on the same energy experience. Good job responding the way you did. You know, guys, I tell you what, the right decision is not always the easy decision. You know that. The right thing to do is not always the easy thing to do. I did the right thing. I expressed my disdain with her message. I did not go into a bunch of blah, 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 whining about what you should have said, what you didn't say. I didn't go into all of that. I just let you know what? What you have said does not sit well with me. And I think that's the new chapter we're in, Charmin. That's the new book. That's the new book. What you have said does not sit well with me. Because from there, it could have gone to I'm sorry that I offended you. Maybe I was hasty in the way that I approached this. I was only concerned about da 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 da. And then that would have left room for a little bit of mending. It would have left room. I left room, and by me saying that was not received well, I'm educating you that your method of composing an email is not appropriate. And the way that it fell upon your audience in a negative way. Now I've left it open for you to try to mend that, to say, oh, wow, I didn't realize how that came out across. To pick up the phone and have a conversation. So you understand, we work together, and I did not, you just came and yelled at me, and I'm letting you know that's not okay. And if she was secretly, we really don't know today's topic, just say yes and smile. Today's topic is don't Fraggle Rock with me. We all know what Fraggle Rock really supposed to say. So don't do it. Don't do it. And if she was innocent, she would have responded with trying to make it right. You have her space. Right. Put a dead squirrel on her dead. Okay. Look, really? That must be Steve. Yeah, I knew it. Synchrodestiny. You just said what I wrote. Oh, right. Right. Exactly. You know what? So I was in the kitchen this morning, and I was irritated, and I was like, yeah, today's topic is going to be don't with me, right? I ain't going to say the word because I promised myself I would not say that word. Don't F with me today. That's what the topic was going to be. Don't F with me. And I was in the kitchen. I was like, God, you don't even curse like that for real. You've been on tea time cursing like a sailor. You don't even curse like that. You curse during tea time. And you've cursed under stress and strain. You ain't that stressed right now. Stop all that dang cursing, girl. So I was in the kitchen like, all right, well, what word could I use in place of if? If you, what word could I use? And I know there's a lot of other ways to communicate, but that's not as fun. And all of a sudden I got on FraggleRock. And then I started thinking about being in the school choir singing FraggleRock. And then I was in the kitchen singing FraggleRock. Okay. And I lifted myself up with FraggleRock. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Work your cares away. Down in FraggleRock. That's how I came out of the kitchen with my tea, dancing to my own rendition of Dance Your Cares Away. Worries for another day. Y'all know I can't sing. Blink 3 times if you need a rescue. Don't Fraggle Rock with me today. Not today, no ma'am. That was me. Yes, right. But this is the thing. So my boss is like, oh yeah, she's going through a lot. I'm like, look, dude, we are all going through a pandemic. We are all stuck in the house. We are all managing our workloads, managing parenting. You know, we need a new book talk. I might have to write that book, Parenting Through a Pandemic. We have become school teachers, counselors, gang members, whatever we become during all of this pandemic, right? We are all bearing a load that we have not had to bear before. We all react to it in our own ways. How about you understand that the person you're talking to on the other end of the table, on the other end of the counter, has maybe started their day off bad. Maybe they just found out somebody was sick in their family, somebody had coronavirus, or their hours were cut at work because the business was closing, or whatever the situation is. Maybe they got broken toes and a hurt back and a headache that won't go away. The headache will go away. The hurt back won't go away. Maybe. And they burned their fingers. Look, y'all was doing something yesterday. I had a knife. Okay, thank you, Rose. I had a knife. Good to see you're calming down dramatically. Yeah, I am. Who was that? Okay. Sally. Well, whoever you are, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Sally, good morning. I hope I said your name right. So I had a knife yesterday and I was cutting the corn off of the cob, right? And I started to do it in a different way. And I was like, you know what? You broke your toes 2 weeks ago. You burned your fingers a couple days ago. Put the knife down. Put the knife. Oh, Sylvia. Okay, thank you. I thought that was your picture. Good morning, Sylvia. Welcome. You've been gone for a minute. Love you. I don't know where you got that name from, but you are always welcome at the table. Bring whatever name you want to use. Oh, for security. Okay. You sure that's the right name to choose for security purposes? You might be mistaken for a terrorist. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that's right. Let's not go off on that. I put the knife down, y'all. I was like, you don't need any more accidents. You don't need any more accidents. Put the knife down. Know your audience. Know your own temperament. No, I didn't respond. I didn't respond in a way. How did you do that, Kai? How did I do what? Is he really late to the game? How did I break my toes? Boy, I'm sorry. You're not a boy. Man, you so late. You've been missing for so long. I broke my, okay, anyway, I'm not going to answer that question because I broke my toes. So I'm not sure what you're asking me, how I did, what I did. So know thyself and to thine own self be true. I don't know if those two parts go together. Laughing, whatever. A friend scared me talking about how people get info from you. So I said, okay. You couldn't have changed it to like Susie or Rebecca or Maria. For real? You couldn't change it to something that doesn't stick out so much? Anyway. Oh my God, guys. Okay, so it's going to be one of those days, but I already feel much better about it. Know yourself. Know yourself. Bite your tongue until it bleeds when you need to. Bite your tongue until it bleeds. And then get you some tea with some tequila. How did you? No, Steve, I thought you knew I broke my toes. I didn't break my toes and burn my fingers on the same day. I broke my toes chasing after the dog. I burned my fingers a couple of days ago making, what was it I was making? Bread pudding. Did I say earlier I was making banana bread? I meant bread pudding. I burned my fingers reaching for a whisk that had been sitting on the stove, so it had, gotten hot. And I burned my fingers. But anyway, I was not about to cut them off yesterday, so I put the knife down. Have a wonderful, glorious day, guys. I have said my piece. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to prepare for my meeting. They are not going to get the best of me today. I was on the phone with my boss and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this meeting and I'm taking the rest of the day off. And then I immediately was like, you know what? I don't need to do that. I'm good. I got work to do. I'll get the rest of the day done. This lady is not about to ruin my day. I'll conduct my meeting. Don't worry. I'm still here. I'm working. I'm not taking the time off. And I'm sorry that you got to deal with this, but you make the big bucks. You the boss. That's what you get paid for. So handle it. Okay. I do need to be wrapped in bubble wrap. I do. Just for a little bit of time. Like, look, y'all, okay, I'm gonna go after I tell you this. I'm so pitiful. I ain't checking my email. I'm gonna try to keep that email off all day because it's probably not gonna go well. And I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to gossip with you about it. I'm not doing all of that. Other people who were CC'd on the message, y'all better understand it's not the day. Don't call me talking about, girl. I don't want to hear all that. Not going to entertain that conversation. I decided the other day I was going to take a walk anyway, despite the fact that hobbling and messing with my gait is destroying my back. I decided I was going to go take a walk. And I got to the corner. Y'all, was on the phone with Rose. I got to the corner and Rose was like, you taking a walk? You taking a walk? I'm like, yeah, I need to walk, man. I think that my space is closing in on me because I haven't been able to take my daily. I take 2 to 3 walks a day on a regular basis just to, keep the anxiety at bay. And I haven't been able to take those walks because of the toes. So I said, yeah, I'm going to take this walk. I'm just going to go really, really slowly. Girl, y'all, I got to the corner. I looked up the hill. I was like, yeah. I think Rose was like, just walk back and forth. I'm like, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not about to try to tackle that hill. Sit your tail down, Kai. Sit your tail down. Anyway, don't Fraggle Rock with anybody else today. Don't let folks Fraggle Rock with you today. Don't let anybody Fraggle Rock with you, filet mignon you, fire you up. Don't, whatever F word you want to use, whatever words you want to use, don't let folks get under your skin. Don't let them trigger you. Or when they do trigger you, because it happens, you know, we say don't let folks trigger you, but it's going to happen. You're going to be triggered. But when you were triggered, lay in your bed from 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock in the morning trying to work through this trigger. How about you do that? Because that's so healthy. I'm thinking about it right now. Had I just swung a bat like Sully, I could have got a good night's sleep. But because I chose to take the high road like Obama, I couldn't sleep all night long. I need to figure out an in-between. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, glorious day. Yeah, limping with bandages. Yeah, that's true. That's exactly right. I had a dream I was running down the street with a walker. Anyway, thank you, Karen. I do need some bread. Spend some time doing that building muscle and working out frustrations. But I'm good now. It's released. I let it go like Elsa said. I let it go. It's done. No more emails. I'm getting on with the rest of my day. Have a wonderful, glorious day, guys. Tomorrow, we are doing our tea time later in the day. I forgot. We're not doing our morning tea time. We're only doing our paint, sip, night, whatever. And if you're not painting or whatever, you can still come on in and join us and hang out and, you know, have fun. We're going to be on Zoom. So I'm going to put a Zoom link up in the event page. But we're not going to do the morning tea time. We are going to do only our paint and sip tomorrow. Okay, so I hope you guys all I'll put a post on the page to let everyone know. Again, morning tea time for Saturday the 19th is canceled or replaced with the paint and sip. Okay, you guys have a wonderful, glorious day. Adrian, your package is in the mail too. I finally got those packages off. Bet that email topic shows up tomorrow. Yeah, probably. Have a great day. Wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance, and don't check your emails. Have a great day, guys. Bye.